Do you like killing your opponents by attacking for 20 with a 1/4 defender? Well, I know I sure do. Let me introduce you to my little buddy, Cyclops. The first pre-release I went to was Dragon's Maze, and I had this little guy in my pool. It was love at first sight. This deck, which I have dubbed Delver of Cyclops, is a combo-based Pauper deck. The goal is to play a bunch of pump spells on your Cyclops and his instant and sorcery-loving friends, Kiln Fiend and Delver of Secrets. This deck is very similar to an Infect deck, but since spells like Preordain and Ponder allow you to draw cards and cast Giant Growth on your creatures, makes this a very potent deck.
Cyclops. Defender. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Cyclops gets +3/+0 until end of turn, and can attack this turn as though it did not have Defender.
So, shall we get to the deck?
The first and most obvious cards in this deck are Cyclops, Delver of Secrets, and Kiln Fiend. The goal is to stick one of these threats, protect it, and then attack your opponent for lethal. Second, we have the card draw and card selection cards. Preordain and Ponder are two of the best blue cantrips in the game of Magic. Faithless Looting can also help you dig through your deck. It can be flashback later to get another proc on your Kiln Fiend or Cyclops. The deck runs 4 Apostle's Blessings to protect your creatures from removal. Apostle's Blessing can also make your creatures unblockable. Making a creature unblockable can distort your opponent's perception of the board state, which brings me to Distortion Strike. Distortion Strike is great because it lets you attack through blockers, and it gives you a spell to cast for free on your next turn. Next, we have the pump spells. Reckless Charge gives your Cyclops and Kiln Fiend +6 damage when you cast it. It's also pretty great to be able to buy it back for 3 mana with flashback. Assault Strobe giving your creatures double strike often spells the end for your opponent. And finally, we have 4 Lightning Bolts. They are here for removing blockers and for adding reach. And now for the mana base. We have 4 Swiftwater Cliffs, which aren't really very swift because they come in tapped, but you know. And then we have 6 mountains and 6 islands to complete our mana base.
Hey guys, I'm so glad you could come to my quaint Pauper tea party.
Well, sure, Clopsy. It seems like such a blessing to be here.
I could not preordain that a Cyclops, a flaming cat creature, and an insane entomologist like myself could get along together so well.
How could you be so faithless, Delvy? I bolted here at the first mention of being in a deck together.
Ah, Fiendy, always the reckless one. I only need to apologize to Nivix here that I assaulted him with so many questions before arriving.
No need to ponder on it further, Delvy. What matters is that we're all here now having a great time together.
And now for sideboard cards. Dispel and Mizium Skin are great against decks with a lot of instant speed removal. Pyroblast is a card that's very good against blue decks, and Hydroblast is a card that's very good against red decks. Flame Slash and Singing Bell Strike can help get rid of larger blockers that might be in your way. You can side in Electrickery against decks with a lot of small toughness creatures. Artful Dodge and Slip Through Space are great options if you're looking for more ways to make your creatures unblockable.
And that concludes the deck tech. Let me know in the comments below if there are any other Pauper decks that you'd like to see me talk about. Remember to like and subscribe, and share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it. Thanks, this is MTG Lissy signing off.